Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Ling or 120 or 120 going up against Yumiko here on Northern Isle. Yeah, double checking all the names, making sure everything does make sense to me. Yumiko has spawned as the blue human player over here on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Ling has spawned as the red undead. Undead versus human in this 1v1 matchup. For some reason don't see the peasant micro that you normally see to try and make sure that all of your units are mining just a little bit faster. Meanwhile, back down across over here, Ling has opened up with an Altar of Darkness, Crypt, and a Ziggurat. Someone told me, or someone said that only Orc is able to have your peasants actually move faster. I actually thought that wasn't the case. If you hold each of them as they're holding the bag of gold trying to walk out, if you hit E, they should end up walking a little bit faster. I thought that was the case. By looking at it, the eyeball test has told me that it works, so not 100% sure why it didn't there. All right, more footmen and peasants will get added out. It is going to be a Mountain King first, coming in from Yumiko, going up against a Lich first. All right, Ling opening up with a Lich first, an interesting choice, as the Lich is rather fragile and often the target of many storm bolts. Without the help of a Death Knight with those death coils to keep that Lich alive, well, that Lich can get melted rather quickly. On the other hand, though, the Lich with that Frost Nova is essentially, I like to call it almost a ranged Thunderclap. You're able to cast Frost Nova on one specific unit, do damage onto that unit with that nuking ability. It does high damage, and then it also slows and deals damage to all of the surrounding units without getting your hero into harm's way. We'll see what exactly this Lich will be doing next. Obsidian statues are definitely on the table, as this is a very high mana intensive hero. Back down to the south, Mountain King has opened up with Thunderclap first. Thunderclap allowing for very, very high damage indeed. Let's take a look at this. There goes trying to finish off more units. Another Thunderclap would actually prevent a lot of damage, but it is not necessary. Just maintaining the mana on that Mountain King is incredibly important as well. We can see the Lich coming over here to engage. Lich perhaps got off some Frost Novas, trying to finish off some of those remaining units. Going to finish off this Ogre Magi here. And there is, well, a bit of Bloodlust still being cast on this unit. All right, Skeletal Minion still getting summoned back up. Lich has to be extremely careful. Picks up a Scroll of the Beast. Not necessarily the item he was looking for, but still got to level 2. Mountain King going to finish off the Murlocs off to the south, and now mosey on over. Lich, on the other hand, going to continue to clear out these creep camps. And, well, we'll see what the transition story will be. We are teching the tier 2, and it looks as though we're going to be going for a fast expansion. Human players often love to fast expand against undead players, just because, well, an undead during that early stage of the game generally doesn't have that much to try and stop his opponents. We're going to see a big Thunderclap right there. Multiple units getting just absolutely slowed. Heals now getting underway as the Lich could be making its way over. Mountain King is sitting at level 2. Going to pick up some big items. Picks up a Talisman of Evasion. Going to finish off an Acolyte as well. Acolyte going to get finished off. There it goes, as the Forceful Shadow Priest gets stolen by Ling. Mountain King just shy now of the next level. Is he going to perhaps Thunderclap here? Thunderclapping would actually make, well, no, there's a Roar, and this is going to be huge. All right, we should be looking at a Thunderclap against all of these units, as the Mountain King going to be losing some big units here. Peasants going to get taken down. Lich, there's a beautiful another Frost Nova, and all of these peasants are just absolutely getting cleaned up. Lich going to be in a little bit of trouble. Mountain King finally sitting at level 3, gets a surround onto that Lich, as the units are now backing off here. More militia joining in on the fight. These ghouls have +3 damage, though, really maximizing the amount of damage they're going to deal. Let's take a look at this. One more militia could get finished off. No, it's going to be able to run back on inside. That Arcane Tower should be more than enough. No, it looks as though the militia didn't get the memo to not stay alive. There's a Stormbolt, finished off by the back, well, at the edge of a sword from a footman, or at least I believe that was the case. Now, Yumiko is definitely behind in terms of tech. He has called militia multiple times, and now he also doesn't have any peasants on that lumber line. As he builds this town hall here, as he tries to speed build it, and in fact, what he's going to find is he's going to have to stop here as he needs as much lumber as possible. More peasants are getting added in, and the majority of Yumiko's army is in fact peasants right now. You can take a look at this here. What is that? 7 peasants currently here as the skeletal minions ready to dive on in and cause a bit of trouble. Lich is sitting at level 3, does not have a Scroll of Town portal. We are about to finish teching the tier 2. Death Knight should be added in alongside that slaughterhouse. Lich now also has a staff of teleportation ready to go and bring forth the pain if given the opportunity. Here we are, 30 supply compared to 33. Ling wants to engage here. The arcane tower already up though. Peasant's gonna take a lot of damage. Stormbolt onto the Lich as the Mountain King was wearing a cloak of shadows. Beautifully done. Staff of teleportation, not enough. And that Mountain King gonna be the stuff of nightmares as you saw that Lich absolutely get melted. Mountain King now chasing after a low hit point ghoul. No, decides to Stormbolt it instead. Meanwhile, so much damage to be had. Mountain King trying to get back up. Should be able to pick off another unit or two if this ghoul turns around. Well, to disrupt, he's going to end up getting killed anyways as another clarity potion now being used. Yumiko going to take this opportunity to get a little bit more gold, but gargoyles are now ready in the air. Gargoyles are going to be a definite problem as repairs are now underway. We are looking at a single crypt gargoyle strategy, and there is, well, ghouls actually swarming at the other side of the map as well. Peasants are getting taken down, and with the gargoyles, we see lumber mill now getting added in for some additional guard towers. Arcane tower is not super effective against those gargoyles. Gargoyles, well, 18 to 21 damage compared to the arcane tower that only does 8 to 10 right here, and no bonus damage because it doesn't have any mana. All right, Ghoul gonna get finished off once more. Blacksmith gonna get added in. Guard tower now getting added in as well, as riflemen, well, are desperately needed. Repairs going quick after this one guard tower. Let's take a look at this. A lot of damage getting added across. Is it gonna be enough? Trying to finish off those peasants. One peasant now gonna get taken down. This gargoyle down to 120, 112 hit points. Could be forced to back up here, but as peasant after peasant is getting lost, well, the guard towers should be able to finish this up here in just a moment. Ling now in serious trouble. He is behind economically, losing that Lich, losing the Scroll of Town portal. All of that is very costly as that Lich is just now about to get back out onto the field. Mountain King should have a very, very nice, additional experience over his opponent. Level 3, almost level 4 with maximum mana already as the battle is still going on. All right, peasants continuing to battle it up here. Gargoyles will be forced to back up. Mountain King shows up to the party, and one quick Stormbolt would be enough to switch everything up. All right, let's take a look at this. Are we going to perhaps get some extra damage here? Perhaps a Stormbolt onto any of those units. Stormbolt onto one unit right there. Arcane Tower is going to finish it off. More damage getting added in. More peasants trying to repair. No additional ways of perhaps trying to finish off those units. Rifleman now finally joins in on the fight. There goes a peasant there as with the rifleman, and now the Mountain King with clarity potions. It's whatever your strategy is, it's just not gonna be enough. Ling 120 now going into double ziggurats with a haunted gold mine, wanting to set up an expansion of his own. Gargoyles are still playing quite the harassment game. As you can take a look, one of Yumiko's peasants now getting shot out there. All right, Stormbolt onto an unsuspecting gargoyle. Well, pretty much getting shot out of the sky. When you take away the high mobility factor of a gargoyle, well, it all of a sudden becomes much, much weaker. All right, peasants going to get finished off again as the gargoyles are just playing a game of harass, forcing Yumiko to stay inside his base. If Ling is able to establish up a very strong base out across here, able to haunt this gold mine, he should be able to get back into the swing of things. Let's take a look. We are still at Town Hall on both sides here, so no second heroes. Meanwhile, well, I believe that is there's a Lich. Is that, well, that's just an illusion Lich. Do we have a second hero yet? No, we do not. No second hero still after all this time. Lich, sitting on a soul hero so far. Gargoyles are here. Slaughterhouse now getting added in, as it is going to be 2 bases to 2 bases. Mountain King looking to finish off some targets. Let's take a look. That Mountain King pretty much has to be suspicious of that Lich, since that illusion is also holding, well, a wand of illusion. Acolytes are already over. 4 acolytes being are currently here. A 5th acolyte being added. Tomb of Relics also being added in here as well. Let's take a look at that. Web spinner quickly casts web. We're gonna see this quickly taken down. There it goes. Water? What is that? Potion of something? Let's see. Potion of replenishment. There you go. As a level 5, well, Arachnid is gonna get taken out here. All right, we should be looking at the potion. Was it used? Oh, wow, it was used, but it was quickly attacked, so it ended up not recovering that much mana, as we see the remaining units now all finished off once more. Let's take a look. Mountain King, sitting at level 4. Scroll of Protection. I believe that's Scroll of Protection, or is that, it could be, yeah, I believe that's Scroll of Protection right there. Big thunderclap across multiple units. Lich, Gargoyles are all here, ready to go. Quickly removing that big heal, as we're now going to see a couple of these, perhaps, well, Rifleman easily getting finished off. Stormbolt onto the Lich. Lich is in serious trouble up against the, in the corner here. Are we going to perhaps get a bash? No, we are not. No bash, luckily, as the Lich able to slip away, as the Death Knight now finally joins in on the fight. Death Knight should be coming in with a big 200 hit point heal. Blight, Essence of Blight as well. Let's take a look at this. Lich needs to get healed back up, as we're looking at both sides sitting on 2 bases. Yumiko with a slight supply lead. Only 8 supply difference between these 2 armies, but the Riflemen have 1-0 upgrades going up against the Gargoyles that are 0-0. Obsidian statues are here as well. Let's take a look. It's going to come down to focus fire. Who's going to be able to win out and come out on top, as the units now head back off to the north. Mountain King here, ready to engage. Potion of Greater Healing. Inner Fire coming across as those Gargoyles try to, well, dive in onto some of those units. Lich is down here as well. Mountain King perhaps going after some of those units, instead going after the Crypt Fiend. Crypt Fiend quickly, well, Dark Ritual, as the Lich still has plenty of mana to go. If you're able to slowly pick off those units with big nukes, that may be enough. Another nuke right there, constantly being cast. Lich now with Frost Armor staying alive, as low hit point Footman constantly going to get taken out. All right, they're going to take a look at the Lich getting in another big bit of damage. Let's take a look. Is that Lich going to be able to stay alive? Death Knight with the Death Coil could try and save the Lich. Beautiful Scroll of Town Portal dodge, as more units getting finished off there. Ling doing a beautiful job staying alive, dodging that Stormbolt that would have been certain death with a Scroll of Town Portal. Death Knight still does not have that much mana. 46 supply compared to 55. As well, we're going to be battling it up again. All right, there goes the Healing Ward. More damage getting added in. Obsidian statues are right there. There goes one peasant. We're going to see the remainder of the creep camp being left to Ling, who will get to level 2 onto this Death Knight, granting them Unholy Aura and bonus regeneration.
A player's forces are under attack.
Death Knight sitting solidly at level 2. Meanwhile, Rifleman, Mountain King sitting at level 5. Solo hero. Is this going to be a situation where going solo hero once again ends up, well, putting you behind? Two level 4 heroes is better than a solo level 5, and that is what Ling is going towards right now. Well, 5-3 going, or 5-2 going up against a 5. No second hero still, and Yumiko is still behind, even though the number of bases is even. Slaughterhouse, Sacrificial Pit getting added in once more. Death Knight desperately wants to get up to level 3. You can take a look. Well, a lone skeletal minion quickly getting finished off here. Lots of Riflemen, 1-1 upgrades. Yeah, 1-1 upgrades on those Riflemen right there, as the Death Knight and the remaining units going to finish off all of this here. Death Knight still sitting at level 2. Lich still sitting at level 5. obviously, as he can't gain any experience. Hey LT, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. Not much is going on except for, well, you see a Scroll of Protection now coming down in. Big Frost Nova. Gargoyle is going to try and stay alive here. Cold Towers and fighting in on Undead base is generally ill-advised. Meanwhile, lots of damage getting added in. Death Coil trying to save, tries to heal, and does exactly that. Mountain King is going to be in a bit of trouble. There's another big Frost Nova there as the Lich has been eating up gargoyles, and after eating them up, just taking out opposing units. Another big Death Coil Frost Nova. Death Knight now sitting at level 3. Lich has enough mana for another big Frost Nova again. Mountain King going to easily Stormbolt. However, the Frost Nova still goes down to finish off the unit. Ling has finally flipped the script, has taken the supply advantage, 54 supply compared to 48, and those gargoyles are pretty much walking mana batteries for that Lich right now, really effectively using Dark Ritual to constantly take out units while denying experience. However, the Blood Mage now out onto the field. Blood Mage with that Siphon mana onto that Lich will greatly reduce the effectiveness right there. Let's take a look at this. Level 5 Tuskar gonna try and engage right there. Gonna be easily finished off as the Death Knight now makes its way over. All right, there is another Dark Ritual, and that Lich is just absolutely greedy right now, wanting so much mana, especially as, well, more units are making their way back out. All right, gonna finish off some units here. Inner Fire was not removed from that other unit there. Could have easily devoured magic, gotten a little bit more hit points, but that was just not going to be the case. One Obsidian statue in the back, giving Essence of Mana and Essence of Blight. Both sides just trying to stay alive. As Yumiko sets up his third base, the Blood Mage gets to level 2, finishes off some more things here. We are at 1-1. We are at, this was upgraded to Keep and now Castle. And this is actually something that I want to see more human players do. Normally, your expansions, you are not allowed to call to arms at a town hall unless it is your starting town hall. And now we see that the expansion is going to be the one that actually has the upgraded building, and you are always allowed to call to arms at a keep and a castle. Now the Crypt Lord is out onto the field here, should be able to do a lot of damage, perhaps picking up that beautiful Tome of Strength +2, extra damage, extra hit points, all here ready to go. Lich is at 5. Death Knight is, I believe, at 3, if I could find the Death Knight. Oh, Death Knight is at 3 with a pendant of energy. And this is going to be huge here. All right, Destroyers now going to try to make their way in. Extra damage being brought back over. Let's take a look at this. Splash damage could be here, ready to go. Death Coil, Frost Nova trying to finish things off. There goes one tower. Another tower could easily get taken down, and a third tower could get taken down as well. Yumiko is in serious trouble trying to, well, get inside his base. And this is a problem where if you have to try to, well, get around all of these buildings inside your base, this is a tough spot to be in. All of the range units means that the Mountain King is going to be absorbing far too much damage. Meanwhile, all of the attacks are just extremely effective, finishing off unit after unit. Now we have Yumiko with a third base up, but Ling has the supply advantage, sitting at 78 over 63. A 15 supply advantage here. It is going to be 21 gold compared to 14 gold a second as Yumiko figures out what to do next. All right, in comes the towers. The Destroyer is going to be able to easily finish off one Arcane Tower, second Arcane Tower number 2 also going to get finished off. Abominations are here as well, and Ling just seems to have the army to deal with his opponent. As the third hero gets closer to level 3, Impale is going to become an even bigger issue, as those riflemen, if they are impaled, well, they are temporarily stunned and out of combat. Siphon mana, Stormbolt onto the Crypt Lord. Crypt Lord lost a little bit of mana. Let's see what's going to be happening next. There is a big Thunderclap right there. Death Coil saving. And, well, there was the Impale to try and pick up units. Going to continue to battle it out. Another Thunderclap right there. Mountain King still has a potion of mana. Could easily get off another clap here in just a moment. There is another clap. Siphon mana into the Mountain King as another Thunderclap should be coming across here in just a moment. Multiple Thunderclaps and multiple claps just eating through this army. Yumiko is, well, fighting efficiently, but is there too many units for ER Ling? Another big Death Coil right there. Rifleman trying to engage. As you can take a look, more Siphon mana. That Mountain King is just clapping left and right, maximizing its damage while minimizing how much damage it takes by slowing down the remaining units. There goes the Crypt Lord. Crypt Lord now down. Let's take a look at this. Mountain King still has more mana. There's another Thunderclap and 3 claps taking down 3, or 1 clap taking down 3 Crypt Fiends right there. So much going on. Staff of Teleportation. Is it going to work? Yes, it does. Blood Mage is there. Mountain King could get a little bit of additional mana, but ER Ling now down to 60 supply. A Mountain King with mana is a scary force indeed. Mountain King slow claps his way to victory. However, well, slow claps his way into victory in that battle, but will it be enough to take the entire game? We see an expansion coming in from ER Ling as well. We also see that there was an this was well, all taken care of as the Blood Mage just shy of level 3. Rifleman 1-2 upgrades. Let's take a look. No additional upgrades getting added in anywhere. ER Ling is going to be able to bounce back from that much faster than his opponent would really like him to. More Siphon mana here. Let's take a look how much mana can get siphoned out of that one particular unit. You can see all of the units are pretty much not attacking as the Blood Mage wants every bit of mana possible from that unit. Gold Mine is currently well, mining away. We only have about a minute, a little bit more than a minute left on the main gold mines here. This gold mine, wow, still has plenty of, or has about 2.5 minutes since it was harassed quite a bit. ER Ling, even though he lost the lost battle, he may be able to win the war. His army, his composition of units still looking very strong. And, well, if that Mountain King, however, constantly has mana, things could go sideways very quickly. All right, haunting this gold mine, getting quite a bit of gold. Let's see what's going to be happening next. This gold mine, well, 45 seconds left. We're going to be going into an engagement. Mountain King with Orb of Fire, Rifleman, Blood Mage, all here, ready to go, canceling a couple of key buildings. As the Mountain King, well, gonna chase after all these units. Orb of Fire, big Thunderclap to prevent any of these units from engaging here as the Death Knight now shows up to the party. All right, he is a little bit tardy here now that I mention it. As the, well, let's take a look at this front line. Frost Nova onto a Priest. More damage coming across. Death Coil onto the Abomination, but I believe the Abomination had suffered a little bit of Orb of Fire damage, well, greatly reducing the amount of damage it deals. Potion of Mana being used by the Mountain King constantly, followed by a big Thunderclap again. Another Thunderclap being brought back over. Mountain King still has plenty of mana. What's going to happen? Death Coil saving that Abomination right there. Knights trying to engage. Knights, I do not believe it has Sundering Blades as the Obsidian statue. Well, the Lich is going to actually finish that off there. 78 supply compared to 47. Yumiko trying to slow clap his way to victory. Is it going to be enough? 74 supply compared to 44. Beautiful, efficient Thunderclaps, but well, he's been so far behind in terms of his overall army, it may not matter. All right, let's take a look. Big Impale right there. There goes one hero. Hero number 2 about to get finished off, and ER Ling comes back even though Thunderclap does terrible, terrible damage. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, that last Impale, picking up both the Mountain King and also that Goblin Alchemist, finishing off that Goblin Alchemist, and then, well, the writing was on the wall for that Mountain King. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.